Welcome, I'm Dick Cossix.
And I'm Linnea Alba. Tonight we bring you the breaking special on the hotly anticipated Thoracic Games. The series of strength testing events built to push competitors from around the world to their breaking point.
That's absolutely correct. In tonight's special report, we bring you via satellite the do's and don'ts from the leading experts of the Thoracic Games' top 3 events.
Our first event comes to us from the great nation of Iceland, the home of internationally renowned recording artist Björk. And ice.
Actually, Linnea, Greenland brings us ice.
I think my co-host is a little misinformed. Iceland brings us ice.
No, green.
Fine. Green ice. Dick. Here is Flank Pad to explain the workings of Icelandic Rontonkin, the official thoracic game of Iceland. Flank?
Thanks, Linnea. Flank Pad here. You know, the Thoracic Games represent more than the gold medal. They represent what's under the gold medal. Heart, courage, valor, the warrior spirit. All of these qualities are embodied in the traditional Icelandic event of Rontonkin. For those of you unfamiliar with the sport, Rontonkin is a combination of squat thrusting and curling. The competitor, the Ron, must toss the tonk over a certain height, testing his or her raw power. However, this tiger strength must be harnessed because the tonk must slide to a complete stop within the boundaries of the circle. Closest to the center of the circle wins. Strength, precision, ultimate control. This is Rontonkin. Rontonkin utilizes and exercises many muscles and bones of the trunk. Here we have Bloke demonstrating textbook technique of a tonk toss. Picking up the tonk uses the back muscles, the latissimus dorsi, the teres major and minor, and the trapezius. When throwing the tonk, the abdominal muscles contract. The external obliques and the rectus abdominis contract for maximum tonk height. True Rontonkin athletes capitalize on their pectoralis major for the precise snap at the apex of their toss. Watch as the tonk flies over the barrier and slowly slides to a beautiful stop right on target. Good technique involves keeping the tonk weight centered over the thoracic cage. The rib cage absorbs some of the tonk's weight by flexion of the costal cartilage. And remember, don't forget to stretch before engaging in Rontonkin. This is Flank Pads signing off.
Thanks, Flank. Fascinating stuff.
Our second expert hails from the old lobster backcountry, home of old Big Ben himself, Britain. Here is the lovely Eliza Trapezius to break down the grueling and some would call barbaric British chamomile. Eliza?
Thanks, Dick. Actually, it's the sport that hails from England, not me. Now, this is the British chamomile. The British chamomile is an exciting and fun sport that came from England right after the Black Plague, when there was nothing fun left to do. Now, there's nothing that the British hold more dear than their tea, and nothing shows more respect for tea than not spilling it. The chamomile is done by the runner, which is the person who holds a pot of tea on their head. They will then stand on a log and roll backwards. Now, the trick here is to go an entire mile without falling off or spilling one drop of tea. If they can do that, well, then it's just up to see who can finish first. Let's take a look.
Here Bloke is demonstrating perfect form as he completes the British chamomile. Almost all the muscles of the trunk are engaged when doing the chamomile, as balance is key. The transversus abdominis sucks in the belly, while the external and internal obliques are in control of side bending, rotation of the spine and rib cage, and work together to flex the trunk. You'll also definitely feel the burn in your rectus abdominis, as they assist in all the other abdominal muscles and keep you on the log. On the posterior, we have the trapezius and the latissimus dorsi, both which help keep you balanced and keep those arms out at your sides for long amounts of time while balancing and making your way to the finish line.
Elucidating, simply elucidating.
And now a word from our sponsor.
If you're breaking on your seam, apply directly Coxy Cream.
Coxy Cream! The #1 cream for a fractured coccyx.
In our concluding segment, we have Dick's older brother, Peter Coccyx, coming to us live via webcam from the land of bad English translations, the Kyoto Protocol, Sailor Moon, and Jackie Chan.
Actually, Jackie Chan is Chinese.
And here's Peter to explain the Japanese Pizaru Pazaru.
Hello, and welcome to the third stop on our special report series here in the ancient nation of Japan, where the sport of Pazaru Pizaru was born. Here we are today to dive into the compelling and potentially lethal sport that many would call simply ridiculous, to learn about its do's and don'ts from an athletic standpoint. Even with this criticism, hardcore enthusiasts have labeled themselves as experts, praising each other with their seeming godlike capabilities to fly and take various shape in the air. The objective is to jump through a moving puzzle piece of sorts while not touching the surface. I don't know about you, but that is enough to get me jumping out of my seat like I did when I read halfway through the Da Vinci Code. Let's take a look.
The sport of Pazaru Pizaru is one of dexterity, precision, and agility. Raw jumping power will only get you so far, as you need to also be able to bend and contort your body while in the air. As you can see, the jump itself takes quite a bit of physical strength, but really where an athlete's skill is put to the test is when they are forced to accurately and quickly force themselves into the appropriate shape of the cutout hole. Jumping into a position such as this can really torque the abs, better known as the rectus abdominis. These muscles contract in order to pull the athlete's upper body down, making it hinge at the waist. To get their arms into place, the athlete must throw them forward, forcing the use of the deltoid and the pectoralis major. The head is pulled forward by the contraction of the supraclavicular fossa major. Aside from the musculature, the athlete's skeleton contorts into fascinating poses, though only held for a split second. Perhaps the most fascinating is in the rotation of the thoracic vertebra, numbers 1 through 12. These are fairly flexible. The lower and larger lumbar vertebra, part of the lumbar curve, move as well, but have a much smaller ROM, or range of movement. And let's not forget about the cervical vertebra, though it is the smallest, moves about the same as the thoracic vertebra for this pose. These cervical vertebrae move the neck and head of the athlete.
So after the athlete has moved through the hole, they either land with grace or fall too far out of bounds and hit the ground. Wham! And you have a broken coccyx. And you know what's the best thing for a fractured coccyx? Coxy Cream, of course! And for all of you who do not yet or have not had and hurt your coccyx and do not know where it is, I will show you. It's right here!
Oh, thanks a lot, Peter. Great report, Peter. Couldn't have done this without you. I wonder what Dad would say.
Join us next week. Thanks for watching. I'm Linnea Alba.
Go.
Oh, sorry.
Who's this first, Rushy? Was it? That's me. Okay. Welcome, I'm Dick Cossix.
Coccyx.
Welcome, I'm Dick Cossix. Got it. Okay. I think I said it wrong before.